guys, so what you see here is I have 10 containers all together. I'm going to be putting vegetables in each of them. I'm going to start with a cup each, and then I'm going to end up with a total of 2 cups of vegetables per container. That way I'm getting enough vegetables in my meal prep. These are for work. So you'll see me just sitting here scooping away, trying to make it as even as possible. But while I'm recording this, I have one of those necklaces that I can attach my phone to, and it makes it actually really, really difficult. But this is the only way that I can actually get that angle without having to hold my phone and try and do this at the same time. I need both hands for this situation. So I'm putting these in each of them, like I said, and 5 of them are going to go in the refrigerator and 5 of them are going to go in the freezer. So that way later on I don't have to meal prep the week after. I can just put them out and put them in the refrigerator. So it makes it easier for me. I try to meal prep ahead of time so that way I'm making sure I'm getting my vegetable and my protein intake. I have been really struggling making sure that I get a vegetable intake. So here you see me making sure that I am pulling out my proteins. Now this is leftover turkey, and I mean, what better way to use my turkey than into meal prep? So I'm trying to divide them as evenly as possible. I'm not really one to measure how much protein I have. I'm just gonna put it in there because I know I'm gonna have enough eventually. If I feel like I need more, I can always buy a shake or supplement it somewhere else, but I usually on a regular basis have more than enough to the point where it causes issues. My issue is not having enough vegetables, so like I said, that's why I make sure that I put in the vegetables. I also try to make my meals as plain as possible because I don't want to feel like I have to stress out to make this foo-foo-y meal or whatever. To me, if I can just throw something together and have it for lunch, I'm good to go. I much rather just have these ready than to have to stress about anything else. And the less I can stress, especially with somebody with PCOS, the better. So if I need to make bland meals and they look boring to everybody else, I'm totally fine because I enjoy it. A lot of people do not enjoy these particular vegetables. I love them. They're actually my favorite variety of vegetables. I guess melody would be the correct term. I really enjoy a good melody of vegetables. It just feels like if I have just one, it's just too plain. So I try to usually buy vegetables that are a melody, and this garden, I believe it's the garden variety. This is usually my favorite because it has the lima beans, it has corn, and it also has green beans. And those are some of my favorite. I think it also said carrots. It has carrots. Anyways, so yeah, so I am just meal prepping away. That way, I can make sure to have enough vegetables and protein. For those who don't know, when you have PCOS, it's so important to make sure that you have a good amount of protein and your vegetables. And like I said, I have autism, and so I have issues with textures, and so I'm not getting enough vegetables and fruits in my diet whatsoever. So however I can get these little suckers in, I'm gonna get it in. And this seems to work for me, so I'm just doing what works for me. Everybody's different, but this is just what works for me now. And so I'm trying my best to live healthier. Also, it's so funny that people seem to think that I eat like nothing but junk food, but the reality is that this is how I try to eat. At least one of my meals each day has vegetables in it. So I'm making efforts to improve every single day. But I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you are trying and you're improving each and every day, I mean, what does it really matter, right? Now, you see that I made a fatal mistake here. Not that, that's fine. I make the fatal mistake of trying to pile these up and not making them even, and oop, they almost fall completely over. Now that would have been a giant mess if I had not caught it in time, and if I was just doing it one-handed. Luckily, I didn't do it one-handed. So So here I am getting some extra frosting ready. Now, I've done gingerbread type houses before and they never have enough frosting. So I bought extra frosting and I'm putting it in my mixer to make it more smooth so that way it is easier to put it on the house. Now, excuse my kitchen. It is so dirty. I've reorganized it I don't know how many times. But when you're the only one cleaning your kitchen, it's a struggle to keep it clean all by yourself. Anyways, so yeah, I decided to get this confetti cookie set because I wanted to be able to have something that I like because I'm not a huge gingerbread person, and I wanted it to be itty bitty so my son and myself could do this ourselves and not worry about it too much. He also has an Oreo house, so we went with two